Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. My salutations to all of the pious souls present here. Today we have all gathered here on the occasion of the Jayanti, the birthday of the great saint Kabir. So today we will in depth think about the things said by Saint Kabir. He said, "Where are you searching? I am here with you." He has said it so clearly. He has said it so cleanly that the one whom we are searching for outside, the one we are searching for outside is not present anywhere outside. He is present within us, near us, and this fact. The sooner you're able to understand this in your life, the sooner you can make spiritual progress. Now, through which path can this happen? Through which path can we become introversive? If this has been said, then there must be some path behind this saying. There must be some road through which he went, and the path which he has described. And that path is the path of yoga. The path of yoga is the one path through the medium of which you can become introversive. For the last 7-8 years, because of the efforts of our country, because of the attempts of our country, yoga has received an international recognition, and today in the whole world, yoga has received importance. In all the countries, are looking towards India with the perspective of studying yoga from India, meaning the role of India has become that of a teacher of yoga. See, ordinarily, in society, the class of teachers has been considered to be extremely important, meaning those who are educators, they would also be experiencing that even while studying mathematics, they would not have worked so hard as they would while teaching mathematics. Why? Because they want that what I did not obtain, something even better than that, should be obtained by my disciples, by my students. That is the very reason that a primary teacher speaks with great pride that this student of mine, he's a collector, he's an engineer, he's a doctor. Meaning it is as if she herself has become a doctor, a judge, an engineer. She obtains that kind of happiness. Meaning that which she could not become in her own life. She tries to allow her children to become that, meaning they try to give their students the very best. They try to give them everything. This is what is needed. Today, we are spreading yoga in the whole world, but the need is that we need to spread complete yoga. What is the purpose of yoga? Why has it been said, "Where are you searching for me? I am near you"? Meaning, the Paramatma, the Parameshwar for whom we are searching for years and years on end, outside. For your whole life, you're searching outside. He is not outside. In order to search for him, in order to find him, you will have to go within. You will have to go inside. Now, what does it mean to go within? What does it mean to go inside? In reality, what is the case? The union of the soul and Paramatma. This union is yoga. To join the soul with Paramatma, that's is yoga. This is the primary objective of yoga. Now the question arises, is the soul different? Is Paramatma different? No. Paramatma is not different, and the soul is not different either. They're both the same. They're both just like each other. Let me try and explain it to you with an example. The way we go into the river Ganga, and we speak very highly of the water of the Ganga. It is very pure, it is very holy. It can never become dirty, it can never become impure. We say this about the river Ganga, but this very water, if we fill it into a bottle or a vessel and bring it home, even then it is still the same. Meaning the water in the vessel and the water in the river Ganga, there is no difference between the two. Just the same, there is no difference between the water in a bottle and the water in the river Ganga. Yes. The form of the bottle or the vessel can be different. In just the same way, the soul which has come into a female and the soul which has come into a male, there can be a distinction in their physical gender, but within them, the soul is exactly the same. The soul is not a part of Paramatma. It is Paramatma in reality that is within you. See, even the vessel is just as pure, just as holy as that in the river Ganga. The water in the bottle is just as pure and holy as the river Ganga. Meaning, there is no difference in the internal quality. In just the same way, the Paramatma that is outside, whom you're searching for outside, that very Paramatma, yes, maybe the form is small, but its behavior, its quality, its inner quality is exactly the same. So Paramatma is not outside anywhere. Paramatma is within you. Sant Kabir made an attempt to explain this itself. He did this for his whole life. And second, it is not as if he's the only one who said this. Even the Sai Baba Shirdi has said the same thing. Where are you searching for Paramatma outside? If you want to go to the 4 dhams, 4 religious sites, if you want to go see deities, go there to see it, but don't go there to search for Paramatma. One search for somebody who is outside. We search for somebody who is lost. Paramatma is not lost anywhere. Paramatma is not anywhere outside. Paramatma is within you itself. He is inside you. But there are many people who live their life, and despite living their life, they do not have the realization of the soul. What is needed is that, first of all, the form of Paramatma, in the form of the soul that is within you, we need to realize this. We need to feel this. See, it happens. Even an ordinary person realizes this, feels this. It happens many times. When in your life, you go to do something wrong, a wrong act, then from within, the one who keeps saying, that is Paramatma himself, it is Parameshwar himself, he keeps saying to you, do not do this, do not do this. So then, correctly from within, he keeps warning you, meaning, Paramatma is present within you, and always, he's always guiding you. He keeps giving you guidance, he keeps showing you the road ahead. But until your relationship, your connection is not with him, until then, you will not be able to understand this guidance. So the need is that first you need to have the realization of the soul, to have the spiritual experience of the soul. So we cannot have the spiritual experience by ourselves. The way in which, even if we want, can we see our own face? No, we cannot see it. It is our face. We can touch it and see. that these are our cheeks, these are our nose, these are our ears. But if we want to see our own ears, can we see them? No. If we want to see our nose, can we see it? No, we cannot. If we want to see our cheek, can we see it? No, we can't. In order to see our own face, we need a mirror. Until some mirror does not come, we cannot see this face. And second, the mirror will not come in front of you to show you your face. You will have to go in front of the mirror. When you go in front of the mirror, then you will be able to see your own face in exactly this way. Until, in your lifetime, some guru in the form of a guru does not come into your life. Until then, you will never be able to know your own soul. You will never be able to recognize your soul. Also, in the whole world, after traveling everywhere, after going to numerous countries, after studying many religions, I have reached this conclusion that in the world, the Indian culture is the only culture in which the concept of a living Paramatma is present. It is not present anywhere else in the world. The concept of a living Paramatma is there, meaning the road has been shown here, the way to go inside, the path to go inside. The Guru is Paramatma himself. This has been said, meaning if Paramatma is present in reality, then he is in the form of the Guru. So now you see, in this, the Guru is in a physical body, and the one in a physical body cannot be Paramatma. So then who is Paramatma? The energy, the Shakti flowing from within him is Paramatma. And second, many times what happens? When the Guru becomes merged with Paramatma, Paramatma me, then we start thinking of him as Paramatma. In reality, even he is not Paramatma. He is a medium of Paramatma, the medium through which Paramatma flows. He becomes Paramatma me, he becomes merged with Paramatma. So all of those that we consider to be Paramatma today, they are not Paramatma, they are merged with Paramatma, meaning in their lifetime. Their physical consciousness came to a complete end, and because of this, see, let me try and explain this to you from another example. For example, think that there is a wave in the sea. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. Is it separate from the sea? No. In the same way, the wave appears to be different. It is rising 4 feet, 6 feet. We are seeing this. Even the wave must be saying, oh, I have risen 4 feet, 6 feet, but has it separated itself from the sea, the ocean? No, it is connected to the ocean. Meaning the wave can never become the ocean. The ocean can become the wave. These waves are off the ocean. In the same way, a part of Paramatma is the soul. But the soul is never Paramatma. Why? Because the soul is part of it. It is not different. In the same way, it is not a part of Paramatma within us. It is Paramatma himself. You should have this realization. And the one who can make you have this realization is the Guru. The Guru meaning all the devices in the world take you away from yourself. They take your chitta, your attention, further and further outside and outside. Only the Guru is the one medium who takes your chitta towards the inside and makes you undergo the inner journey. And after undergoing the inner journey, when you feel that you, for some time, you feel you do not see his physical body. See, even in the Guru, there are 2 types. One is the physical body, and the second is the real energy, the Shakti of Paramatma that is flowing from within him. Even if, for some time, if your chitta goes beyond the physical body of the Guru and goes onto the Chaitanya, the divine consciousness, the energy flowing from within him, if it goes there, then you become introversive, meaning until your chitta does not go on the Chaitanya, the divine consciousness of Paramatma, until then you will not become introversive. And after you become introversive, you will have the realization of your soul. The soul is within you itself. It is there for years. It has been there since you took birth. But you did not have this realization. You did not have the spiritual experience of it. You did not have the experience of it. But As soon as you become introversive, then you feel this. And second, the Guru, for years and years on end, after staying introversive, he has done a spiritual practice. And because of this constant spiritual practice, the introversive state which he has obtained, that very introversive state, is obtained by us easily as well. In reality, that spiritual state, if you try and obtain it yourself, then it will take us years and years on end. We will have to make attempts for years and years on end. We will have to perform work for years and years on end. However, if we connect to him, then that introversive state will be obtained by us easily. And after being obtained by us, then Paramatma is within me itself. This kind of inner feeling, this kind of state is obtained by you. Then your search for Paramatma comes to an end. Many times sadhaks have the question, who is my Guru? Then it is my saying that whichever Guru, if you go near him and you become introversive, after the Guru, after you reach a Guru, after which your search for Paramatma comes to an end, after going to which Guru, you have the realization that Paramatma is not outside, Paramatma is within. Understand that he is your Guru, who is making you introversive, who is ending your search for Paramatma, and after your search for Paramatma comes to an end, then in your life, a positive change comes into your life. A positive transformation happens. So yoga is not just about yoga postures. For the last 7-8 years, all of this publicity has been happening that yoga postures means yoga, yogic postures means yoga. It is coming. In this month of June, on the 21st of June, Yoga Day will be celebrated, and everywhere on the television, yogic postures will be shown. On the radio stations, yogic postures will be shown. On the newspaper, yogic postures will be shown. Everywhere, yogic postures will be spoken about. When in fact, these yogic postures, yoga asanas, have nothing to do with yoga. Yogic postures are different, and yoga is different. Just as where squats are there, it is a physical exercise. Yogic asanas are exactly the same. But the purification of the chitta, the attention does not happen through this. The purification of the chitta is extremely important. This is the primary objective of yoga. The primary objective of yoga is that the solution to all of the problems in your life is yoga. How? Let me explain this to you. See, if you have any problem in your life, if there are any problems with your physical body, then those are because of your physical consciousness. Your physical consciousness is of 6 inches. But yoga does not ask you to reduce this physical consciousness of yours. It does not ask you to walk barefoot or to fast. It does not say anything like this. What yoga says is that you increase your soul consciousness. The more your soul consciousness increases, automatically your physical consciousness will reduce. And as soon as your physical consciousness reduces, the problems of the physical body, the issues of the physical body will reduce automatically. See, you see this for yourself. Think about this with a calm attention, a calm chitta. In your life, whichever problem is there, it could be a problem with your relationships. It is related to your physical body. It could be a financial problem. It is related to your physical body. It could be a problem of some illness. It is related with your physical body. It could be a problem of addictions. It is related to your physical body. Meaning, each and every problem of your life is related to your physical body. But if your physical consciousness itself reduces, then all the problems themselves will also reduce. So automatically, what does yoga do? It reduces your physical consciousness. And this reduction of the physical consciousness, this is the objective of yoga. And second, yoga grants you a security shield. It grants you a security shield, meaning near you, slowly, an aura of positive thoughts is formed. An aura of positive thoughts will be formed. And after this aura is formed, then within that aura, no bad people can come. No bad incidents will come. No misfortunes will come. Nobody can kill you. Nobody can murder you. Such a good security shield can be created around you. See, we say that world peace, world beneficence. We use all of these big words. In reality, if you try and understand the real meaning, the world means your own personal world. If I've made my own world to be that of 100 feet, then that is my world. I can take this world and go to any corner of the world. My world will go with me. It will remain peaceful. It will remain beneficial. It will remain secure. So in exactly the same way, if you do yoga, then automatically, even around you, a positive aura will be created around you. And after it is created, wherever you go, you can go anywhere in the world, your aura will always come with you. Parents always have this concern that our children, they should not get into bad company. They should not get into bad addictions. So the best path for this is that you should teach them yoga. You should teach them meditation. Then automatically what will happen? Around him, a positive aura will be created. And then in this aura, no bad people will even be able to come. And second, you analyze and study your own life. Are bad people coming in your life? Are bad people coming into your life? If bad people are coming, the meaning of this is that you yourself are bad. You need to improve your own spiritual state. That is the necessity. When you have bad thoughts, then all of these bad people also come near you. If you meditate, then around you, a positive environment is created. A positive aura is created. Positive thoughts are created. Then any bad person will not come near you. Yes, maybe they will come. But even he will behave with you in a positive way. He will not behave with you poorly. You can analyze this for yourself. You can recognize for yourself what is your spiritual state like. And also, take a diary. And in your diary, whatever thoughts you're having in the whole day, write down the thoughts. Keep writing them and do this for 8 days. And after writing it for 8 days, then you see for yourself. Then are those positive thoughts or are they negative thoughts? Those thoughts that you have written down, that is your spiritual state. So what is the need for this? There should be positive thoughts around you. So if you have positive thoughts, then a positive spiritual state will be created. And second, we have a very small perspective. We have a very small intellect. That is why whenever we do something good for somebody, then we also have the expectation that that very person should behave well with me because I behaved well with him. But in reality, this is not understood by the Paramatma sitting within you. It is like this in the kingdom of Paramatma, that if you do something good for somebody, then Paramatma will do something good for you as well. He will not do it through that medium, but he will do it through some other medium. But it will happen because nobody is watching, but the one inside is watching. He's watching correctly. So as you keep doing good deeds, then you will meet people who keep doing good things in your life. And you will not meet those people to whom you benefited. You will meet other people. But if you have done something good for others, you yourself will be benefited. And I'm telling this experience of my life to you. So really, if you do good things for others, you will also meet people who keep doing good things, and your benefit will also keep happening. The need is that now we need to understand yoga itself. Yoga asanas, yogic postures, meaning yoga. This is not the case. This is what we are saying. Now the question arises, then what is yoga? So today, we will speak about yoga, but before speaking about yoga, you need to get the spiritual experience of the soul. And after taking the spiritual experience of the soul, you can analyze yourself. And after introspection, you can see that the first step of yoga, but before climbing, this first step also, self-realization is important. Then only can you become introversive. And once you become introversive, then just like a judge, just like a magistrate, you will become balanced. Then after you become balanced, you will see that what kind of faults are there within you. What kind of bad thoughts are present within you. So yam is the first step. So first we will leave all of these negative things. And then after that, when we go to the step above this, now I have left all of these bad things. So now what kind of good things should I do within myself? So once I left all of these bad things, now what should I be doing? You will analyze this for yourself. So the next thing that comes is niyam. Niyam means you will start taking in good things. And the third is asana or postures. But now people have held on to this asanas itself, and people have taken these asanas as yoga asanas, yogic postures, when in fact asanas have nothing to do with yoga asanas, with yogic postures. Asanas means a particular state. It could be a vajrasana, it could be a sukhasana, meaning a particular state in which you can sit peacefully and still for half an hour. Just sitting in this particular state is called asana. Asana does not mean yogic postures, meaning this third step. That is not yoga asanas. It is asanas, meaning a particular state in which you can sit peacefully for 30 minutes. So that has been called asanas. And after asanas comes pranayam. Even pranayam is not something that you are supposed to be doing. Many people teach pranayam. Many people learn pranayam. Many people practice pranayam. They do a spiritual practice of pranayam. In reality, pranayam is not something to be done with the physical body, the way you do squats. That way, you get up every morning and do pranayams. But pranayam is not a physical exercise. It should happen. As soon as you do yoga, you will automatically get control over your breath. To have control over your breath, that itself is pranayam. But pranayam should not be done. But we have so much feeling of doership that we do everything. So we also do pranayam. To do this thing, do that thing. That same way we do pranayam. So pranayam also is not something to be done. It is something that should happen by itself. As soon as you go into the state of yoga, automatically within you, pranayam happens by itself. It is not something that you have to do. So pranayam is not some physical exercise. And if you go even above this, then there is pratyahar. In pratyahar, see, now we have left all the things with the physical body. We have left the bad things that we had. Now we analyze us even more. We think even more. We see that which bad values do we have? Many things. We have held on to such bad things, but we have a need to leave these behind. It happens that, for example, there's a hall, and I'm sitting inside the hall. And I have taught a snake to be a rope, and I'm holding on to it. And then you're screaming at me from outside, Swamiji, you have held on to a snake, you have held on to a snake. You are able to see this, but I'm not able to see this. So what am I doing? It is my belief. It is my value that I am believing that this is a rope. That is why I'm holding on to it. So no matter how much you scream at me from outside, even then, my value, my virtue is very old, so I will not leave it. But what will happen when you come inside the room and switch on a light, and as soon as I see that the thing which I'm holding on to is not a rope, it is a snake, then I will leave it by myself. In exactly this way, even we, within our lives, we have held on to many values from a very old time. One of these values is that Paramatma is outside, Parameshwara is outside. That is why we are searching outside. This is also a value. Because our parents were also searching outside, so we are also searching outside. Paramatma is not outside. This is what Saint Kabir is saying. Paramatma is not outside. Parameshwara is not outside. Paramatma is inside you. He is within you. And the more you can reach the Paramatma within, that much you cannot reach the Paramatma outside. To reach the Paramatma outside, you have to go to that place, to that environment. And after going there, even after going there, at the end, you reach the Paramatma within itself. See, when you go to the temple of some deity, for 6 hours, you stand in a long line. Your feet hurt, your back hurts, and after 6 hours, for a few moments, you get the darshan, the divine version of that deity. And then after taking the divine vision, the darshan, the priest makes you run away. Move ahead, and then you come out. And then you come home. And then after coming home, then 8 days later, 10 days later, some friend of yours said to you, will you come to take the darshan, the divine vision again? And then you get ready once again. See, you have an intellect. Think a little bit with your intellect. Where you have to wait in line for 6 hours to go. After going where you are made to run away in just 1 minute. Will you go to such a place in your life? No, you will never go. But even then, why do you become ready to go? Meaning, your physical body did not receive anything there. But your soul received happiness. Your soul received peace. Your soul received bliss. So then was this because of the temple? No. Was it because of the idol there? No. In front of the idol, as soon as you went in front of it, as soon as you took the darshan, the divine vision of the idol, as soon as you took the darshan, you became introversive. You became introversive, and Paramatma is within you. Paramatma is within you. And as soon as you became introversive, you felt good. You got the spiritual experience of soul-level happiness, soul-level peace. So the idol, it does the work of a mirror, because Whoever has done the life force consecration of that idol, then that person, he has put in all of the energies that he has obtained in his whole life, the divine knowledge, the introversive state which he has obtained in his whole life. He has instilled that very spiritual state into that idol. So as soon as you take the darshan, the divine vision of that idol, you yourself become introversive. And after you become introversive, you reach the Paramatma within you. And after reaching there, you feel good. So the meaning of saying this is that pratyahar means that to become introversive and to pay attention to the values you have. What values are there within you? See, there's one more value. That women, females cannot make spiritual progress. This is also value. When in fact I said, the water in the river Ganga is pure even in the river Ganga. The river in the Ganga river is pure even in a bottle. The river of the river Ganga is pure even in a vessel. Meaning, the vessel and the bottle, these are external forms. Male and female, these are external forms of the gender. But the inner soul, the inner Paramatma is exactly the same. And just the way the water in the river Ganga is holy and pure, just in that way the Paramatma within you is just as holy, just as pure, just as strong, just as powerful as the one outside. But you do not have faith in the Paramatma within you. You do not search for the Paramatma within you. You're searching outside. You're not forming a connection with the one inside. This is this kind of a situation where we are not paying attention to our own mother and father, but we are going around serving others. It is exactly like this. See, Paramatma is within you, and as close as he is to you, that much the Paramatma outside is not. See, yoga teaches you to be independent, to be self-reliant. You see for yourself. If you're searching for Paramatma outside and you're dependent on some temple, you're dependent on some holy site, you're dependent on some location, some mountain, some jungle. See, if you go into a jungle and we find peace, then it is not any true peace. It is the peace of the jungle, and we are feeling this inside of us, meaning we have become dependent on the jungle. So we go to some holy site, a pilgrimage site, and if we go there and receive peace and we become introversive, then even that is of that particular place. It is not ours. So what I'm saying is that wherever you are, in whichever home you're in, and second, do not ever think like this, that if this problem of mine comes to an end, then I will meditate. It will never happen. Because this tomorrow will never come. If you think tomorrow, it will become another tomorrow and another tomorrow. So the need is that today, now, as you are, in whichever state you're in, start meditating in that state. Start to become introversive in that state, and then you will see that within you itself, Paramatma is present. This realization, this spiritual experience, you will start to obtain this. And the level above this is dharana. See, yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, and after pratyahar, dharana. Dharana means that Paramatma is present within the Guru. To always have a mental fixation on this. What will happen by having this mental fixation? You will stop seeing the physical body of the Guru, your chitta, your attention, your concentration will become concentrated on that divine consciousness, that Chaitanya within. And as soon as it becomes concentrated there, then the introversive state he has obtained by performing spiritual practices for years on end, you will obtain it automatically. But when will this happen? When you learn to experience the Guru beyond his physical body. The Guru is not something to be seen. The Guru is not something to be heard either. The Guru is somebody to be experienced. Take the spiritual experience that in front of you, somebody just like you, with 2 hands and 2 legs, just a normal person is sitting. But you do not see this person. Do not look at the clothes of the person. Do not look at the face, the physical form of the person. What you should see is within him the Paramatma which is appearing. The Chaitanya, the divine consciousness of Paramatma which you are experiencing. This is special here. The speciality is not of the physical body. See, all of those that we consider to be Paramatma today, those were the mediums of Paramatma. Paramatma used to flow through their medium. But today we only hold on to that physical form. So do not hold on to the physical body of the Guru. The physical body of the Guru is just like yours. It is the same. Just as yours, his is also the same. There is no speciality in the physical body. The speciality is only one. Even while staying in the physical body, he is not in the physical body, meaning he is Paramatma Mein. He is merged with Paramatma. See, Paramatma cannot be anyone, but one can be merged with Paramatma, just as the wave can be of the ocean. In the same way, he is merged with Paramatma, so his physical consciousness has come to an end. And after his physical consciousness has come to an end, Paramatma has started to appear. The spiritual state is that of the Guru. Each and every human can obtain that spiritual state. If any human wants, the path of yoga makes you independent, self-reliant. It does not make you dependent on anyone. Even the role of the Guru is just to give you self-realization, to show your own face. It is just this much. And after this, he has no role. Now after this, you yourself have to meditate, and the more spiritual practice you keep doing, the more you keep becoming introversive. That much more, your physical consciousness will keep reducing more and more and more. And as it keeps reducing, that much more, your soul consciousness will keep increasing. And as your soul consciousness keeps increasing, just like that, your chitta will become pure, it will become holy. And the holier your chitta becomes, that much more, a beautiful aura, a strong aura will be created around you. And after being created, your search for Paramatma will come to an end. That is why you try to become introversive, and this is only possible when we constantly keep a mental fixation on the Paramatma present within the Guru. While having this mental fixation, we keep absorbing the Chaitanya, the divine consciousness. And after dharana comes dhyan, meditation. While doing each and every karma, we start to also do dhyan, to do meditation. In reality, meditation is not something to be done. Meditation is something that happens automatically. As soon as the physical consciousness within you reduces, just like that. After the physical consciousness within you reduces, the soul consciousness within you increases. Then meditation is something which happens by itself. Meditation is not something to be done. It is extremely simple. It is extremely easy. You leave your physical consciousness, and then meditation is something which will happen to you automatically. And in this, there are two types of things. Either you can swim across a river yourself and cross it. This is one type. And the second is that you silently, calmly sit in the boat. The meaning of this is that you join with the introversive energies of the Guru. And after joining and connecting with them, then you will not have to do meditation. Meditation will happen automatically. It happens, right? When you go to the Guru Shakti Dham, you don't meditate. Meditation happens to you because that kind of an aura is present there. And as soon as you enter this aura, automatically you become introversive. And you go into meditation by yourself. See, where the physical consciousness comes to an end. And the biggest obstacle, see, the biggest obstacle here is the distinction of gender, meaning whether I am a man or a female. This realization falls away at the very end. Even this realization should end. When you get up from meditation, you should not remember whether you're a man or a woman. If you obtain the spiritual state, then you should think that your physical consciousness has come to a complete end. And after dhyan comes samadhi. Samadhi is of many different types. But ordinarily, after reaching samadhi, your complete physical consciousness comes to an end. Your full physical consciousness will come to an end. And you will start to think of yourself as a soul. This is the highest peak of yoga. And second, Today in our lives, there are many people whom we see that they have reached the spiritual state of samadhi, and they haven't reached there immediately. Samadhi means that high peak of yoga. And in order to reach that peak, whoever has reached that, they have fallen so many times. But we do not remember those that have fallen. We do not remember how many times they have fallen. What we're able to see is that there's that high peak and he's sitting there. This is why always remember. At the high peak or the spiritual state of samadhi, nobody ever reaches there in one attempt. It takes many attempts. And then after many attempts, then one can reach there. That is why never have this imagination that just in some moments, some miracle will happen. And never have this expectation, because if you have the expectation, then nothing will happen. Many times you see, in meditation, you obtain a very good spiritual state. Many times you even go into samadhi. But did you ever have the desire for it? No. So that spiritual experience that is there, it is not permanent. It is not stable. So never hold on to that spiritual experience and hold on to it that you will always be able to enter it. According to the environment, according to your spiritual state, it was obtained. But always keep trying. See, for example, there's a glass of brass. We keep polishing it and scrubbing it every day. Then the polish, the shine remains in just the same way. No matter how good of a spiritual experience you have, that experience is not permanent. For it, you will have to constantly make attempts and do not stop at that spiritual experience. If you have any spiritual experience, do not stop there. Keep going ahead and ahead and ahead. And after that, one spiritual state which you will obtain, that is called samadhi. So that's just to say, these are different stages of Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga. Through this, one can reach samadhi. In this, there is no yogic postures, no yogic asanas, no yoga asanas. It is nowhere. But today we're thinking yoga asanas means yoga. Yoga means something else, but we are thinking of yoga asanas as yoga, and everywhere we are doing the publicity that yoga asanas are yoga asanas are yoga, when in fact, in the whole world, I'm telling everyone that yoga asanas are not yoga. Yoga asanas are different, and from it, no matter how much you do it, you can never form an aura. Your chitta, your attention can never become pure. It has nothing to do with the chitta at all. So that is why, if you do the publicity of this, even I'm doing it, and you can also do it. You should also do it. 21st June is coming. For 21st June, I have recorded a special discourse. It will be spread on 21st June. Even you join into it. Explain to people. Tell people that yoga asanas, yogic postures are not yoga. Yoga asanas are different and yoga is different. My concern is not of today. My concern is that this has been happening for the last 7-8 years. If this happens again for the next 10 years, then what will happen? The generation that will come, they will think that yoga asanas is yoga. And what is yoga in reality? That true form will come to an end. So that this does not come to an end, the necessity is that if our country has shown the whole world the path of yoga, has given everyone the darshan of yoga, then there's a need to explain the complete path of yoga. There's a need to explain to the whole world that yoga asanas is not yoga. In reality, yoga asanas is a complete state in which the solution to every problem is present. In your life, a positive change will come in, no matter which incident happens in your life. You will obtain a state where you think of it in a positive way. You will think about it in a positive way. You obtain this through yoga. Once you join with the path of yoga, a positive change comes in your life. So the sphere of yoga is extremely big. It's extremely vast. Our ancestors had the imagination, the dream, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world as one family. You see for yourself. It is such a big dream. And such a big dream. It has only been done in this country, in our country. It has not been done in any other country. This is a speciality. So would there be no path for this, no road for this? We keep writing this slogan down. Now the G20 meeting is going on. In every meeting, there is the slogan, Vasudev Kutumbakam, the world is one family. So now if any foreigner asks, how is this possible? Do we have the answer? Will we be able to explain how this is possible? No, it is not possible through any language. It is not possible through any meetings. It is not possible through any methods of worship, any religion. It is not possible through any books. It is not possible through any deity. So there is no such medium through which this dream can be made a reality. Because the whole world. That they believe in one book, there is no such book. That the whole world believes in one deity, there is no such deity. That the whole world believes in one language, there is no such language. So then what such path is there? Which such road is there through which this can be obtained? The spiritual state can be obtained. The path is the path of yoga. The path of yoga is one such path through which, see, all of these boundaries which have been created, that of the country, that of overseas nation, that of language, that of methods of worship, that of caste, all of these have been created by mankind. Meaning that when your physical consciousness will come to an end, then what will happen? All the boundaries within you will come to an end. Then what will happen? The feeling of caste will not be there. If the dream of Vasudeva Kutumbakam can be realized, it can be through the path of yoga. This is my experience for the last 28 years. In the last 28 years, people of every caste, language, religion, all of them, they gather under one roof during the deep meditation practicing for 45 days. This has been made possible through yoga, through one spiritual experience, through this spiritual experience itself. Everyone is connected, and this spiritual experience is a spiritual experience of the soul. And this spiritual experience itself reduces the physical consciousness. And as soon as the physical consciousness reduces, the addictions of the physical body reduce. The distinctions of the physical body also come to an end. And also, it is not as if nature does not explain this. Nature also explains this. Recently, it was the era of Corona. Now you see in the era of Corona, all of humanity was afflicted by this. In my lifetime, I have never seen such an unfortunate incident anywhere in my life, anywhere in the world. And when in fact, all types of people, whether you divide yourself into different castes, language, religions, countries, you can divide yourself in thousands of ways, but Corona, it gave everyone an equal amount of difficulty. It treated everyone equally. So what is necessary here is that it taught us that no matter how much you have distinctions in humanity, from my perspective, all humans are one. Paramatma is one. So now humanity, in reality, is one. So the need to say it is that the dream of Vasudeva Kutumbakam, if it can be realized, it can only and only be through the path of yoga. The path of yoga is so big, so vast. Such a big path for the last 7-8 years has been limited to only yoga asanas. And this has been happening for the last 7-8 years and has been happening continuously. And the publicity of this, we need to have this publicity that yoga asanas is not yoga. The sphere of yoga is extremely big, extremely vast. I am making this attempt, and you also please help me in this and give your contribution and explain to people. See, if you got to know, you had the spiritual experience, but people did not have it. See, the way it happens in which one person goes to the Vaishno Devi temple, but the prasad, the divine offering, he has brought down from there. He distributes it to everybody in his office, in the shops, everyone, in exactly the same way. Because of the karmas of your past lives, in this life, you have obtained that physical body. The body which can tolerate the energy of self-realization. It happens if the pot is raw, then we cannot fill water into it in exactly the same way. If your physical body is not capable, not worthy, then the energy of self-realization. That is why, first of all, thank your mother and father, because of whom you have obtained that powerful, strong body, which has absorbed the energy of self-realization. So you have obtained it. Not everybody has obtained it. You have this information, the knowledge of the soul. You have the knowledge of the soul. You have the knowledge of yoga. But this knowledge, do not keep it limited just to yourself. Deliver this to each and every human. This very attempt. My guru had made this very attempt. That is why whichever spiritual experience he had, by giving it to me, he has made me a medium. And by making me a medium, through me, he has delivered this spiritual experience to hundreds of thousands of people. See, when we become a medium, we have no existence left. We have no physical consciousness left. Automatically, through a medium, a lot of work happens. So become a medium. And after becoming a medium, do the publicity, spread this information that yogasana is not yoga. The sphere of yoga is extremely vast. If not, this ancient path of yoga will come to an end. If not, the future 10 years later is not good. The thought comes to me many times that why does society not have information about yoga? And the reason is that the people who have understood this, whoever has taken the spiritual experience of this, they are not present in society. The one who has gone to Himalayas once, he becomes of the Himalayas. It is a solitary path. And what happens because of this? They do not come back. Whoever has obtained it, whoever has felt it, whoever has taken that spiritual experience, they have not come back to society. Why? Because they have sacrificed society and then gone there. So because of that, they have not come back. And since they have not come back, the divine knowledge of yoga, the knowledge of yoga has never reached society. That is why if it has reached you, the need is that you also help it reach the common man. So now the yoga which we're talking about, we're speaking about meditation. We will do that very meditation. But this meditation is dependent on a mantra. The mantra is ordinary. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. See, those who are able to sit calmly and silently, they only should sit, and those who need to go, they should leave, because if not, it will disturb the other people who are sitting. In this, whatever we say, we have to feel like that. We have to make that inner feeling. As we say, I am a holy soul, then feel that you really are a holy soul. And when you say that I am a pure soul, then you should feel that you really are a pure soul. Whatever you say, you should feel like that, then automatically. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. Now keep your chitta on your crown and meditate for some time. Now we will pray to Paramatma. O Paramatma, please have the grace of granting me self-realization. O Paramatma, please have the grace of gracing me with self-realization. O Paramatma, please have the grace of giving me self-realization. Now we will pray. In South Africa, through the efforts of the sadhaks, the disciples present there, today the opening of the Sri Guru Shakti Dham has happened. That all of them should make spiritual progress. This is a pure wish. This is a pure prayer. This is a pure prayer. Namaskar. My salutations to you. Now the question-answer program will begin. The questions have been pre-selected and Gurudev will now give the answer to them. My salutations to you, Gurudev. My question to you is, we have obtained the proximity of the Guru. We have obtained self-realization. We have obtained a life in the lifetime of a living Guru. But we do not have the realization of this. How can we have the realization of this, Swamiji? I just want the answer to this. How can we have that realization? I'm not having it internally. I understand it, but I'm not able to feel it. I'm not able to have the realization that we are present in the lifetime of a living Guru. But we're still not able to understand the importance of this. Thank you, Gurudev. Now you see, within you itself, there are two elements which are appearing. The first is what your soul is saying. That is recognizing and knowing. And it is feeling that we are in the proximity of a living Guru, and yet we are not having the realization. It is feeling this. And second is the physical consciousness, which is not allowing this to happen. So there are two types within this, meaning the soul consciousness is there and the physical consciousness is also present. And because of this, you are in this middle state. In this, there's nothing. Just change your company a little bit. Meaning the people you stay in the company of, the people you stay in the proximity of. If their physical consciousness is very high, then the physical consciousness within you will increase. If you stay in the company of good souls, then what will happen? Whichever collectivity you stay in, the influence of that collectivity will fall on you. So you need to change your collectivity. And when you change it, what will happen? As you stay in their proximity, then your progress will happen, just like that. It will happen. Now you have made this desire, and your attention has gone towards this. A change will certainly come. And this problem is not just his. He has just asked it with great clarity. It is a problem that many sadhaks, male and female, share, who are feeling that from within a conflict is going on, that they're feeling that on one end they're in the proximity of a living Guru, and on the other end they're seeing that their progress is not happening. So they have come to such a turning point from which a positive change can come. That you have had this realization, this is a big thing in and of itself. Jai Atmeshwar, my salutations at the lotus feet of Gurudev and Guru Maya. My name is Shaurya Parekh, and I'm from the Pune Center. And Gurudev, my question to you is such. I wish to surrender my past to you completely, but I'm not able to surrender my past. So what should we do for this? And in the present circumstances, there's great conflict with the thoughts and the intellect, because of which I'm having to take the support of medication to remain balanced. And the more we try to come close to you, that much more opposition there is from the intellect and thoughts, and that much more of an illusion is spread. So how do we move forward from the illusion of the thoughts and the intellect? How do we make a spiritual progress ahead of this? Please show us the path, Gurudev. Jai Atmeshwar. My salutations are the lotus feet of Gurudev. My salutations are the lotus feet of Guruma. My name is Shaurya Parekh, and I am from the Pune Center. Gurudev, my question is as such. I wish to surrender my past to you completely, but I'm not able to surrender the past. So what should I do for this? And in the present circumstances, the opposition from thoughts and the intellect has increased so much, because of which I'm having to take the support of medication to remain balanced. And the more I try to come close to you, that much more, the more the opposition from the intellect and thought increases, and more of an illusory state is spread. So how should we move forward from the illusion of thoughts and the intellect? How should we make a spiritual progress ahead of this? Please show us the path. This kind of state is there for many sadhaks, for many disciples. That is why I keep saying, go to the center. What will happen when you go to the center? You will go in collectivity, and you will go with those people who have a good spiritual state. Even if our spiritual state is not good, even if we are having lots of thoughts of the past, but we are sitting in the midst of people who are not having thoughts of the past, then automatically what will happen? Even our thoughts will change. For example, there is a horse cart with 4 horses, but one of the horses is lazy. It doesn't want to run. It doesn't want to go to the station. But even then, the other 3 horses pull him and make him reach the station. In the same way, if we go to the center, then people there are not thinking about the past, so we will also not get thoughts of the past. It happened, for example, in Rajkot, there was a Shibir, a discourse. In that Shibir, the Red Cross put up a stall there, and they checked the diabetes, the blood pressure of people attending. And then after 8 days, they checked again for diabetes and blood pressure. So for all of those people who attended for 8 days, there was a difference that was shown in the diabetes and the blood pressure markers. And they gave a certificate that for 85% of the people who attended, good results have been obtained. So how was this possible? Very big floodlights were placed on me. I could see nothing. It was just darkness for me. But why did this change come within them? The change came because in the midst of 80,000 people, they're sitting in the midst of such 80,000 people who are not having thoughts of the past. They're having the company of 80,000 such people who don't have any thoughts of their own. So automatically, the collectivity we sit in, the influence of this falls on us. So regularly start to go to the center. A change will come within you. My blessings are with you. It will happen ahead. My deepest salutations at the holy feet of Paramatma. Pranam Gurudev. My name is Arti. I am from Ahmedabad. My question to you is that you yourself say that the body of a physical living guru is not alone. Along with him, there is a collectivity of hundreds of thousands of the disciple souls. So if somebody keeps his chitta, his attention on the lotus feet of the guru, then can he not get the benefit of the collectivity? Please show us the path here. My salutations to you, Gurudev. My salutations at the feet of Paramatma. Pranam, Gurudev. My name is Arti. I am from Ahmedabad. Gurudev, my question is this. You yourself say that a living Sadguru's physical body is never alone. Along with him, they are the souls, the collectivity of hundreds of thousands of the sadhaks, disciples. So if somebody keeps his chitta, his attention, on the lotus feet of the guru, and he meditates, can he not get the benefit of collective meditation? Please show us the path ahead on this. Your thought is very good. However, you do not have that spiritual state. If you have that spiritual state, then I feel that there's no need to keep your chitta on the Sadguru. Your chitta will go within you. And then you will not need to go to the Guru anywhere outside, but until that state does not come. Until then, you will need to take the support of collectivity. Just as we see, there's a small child. We give him some small supporting structures along with which he learns to walk slowly. But after he learns to walk, then he does not need the crutches anymore. Just like that, the guru is also a crutch. Even take his support for only a few days. Do not always remain dependent on him, but until you need to remain dependent on him. And you will need to remain dependent until you do not learn to walk yourself. And so in the same way, you will learn to place your chitta on the guru when you meditate in collectivity, when you obtain a good spiritual state. Until your spiritual state is not good, until your chitta is not good, this spiritual state is not possible. And second, this is not an effort which happens just like that in one day. And second, your Vishuddhi chakra is not good. Balance it, meaning reduce the feeling of guilt. You have the feeling of guilt within you, meaning when you feel within the company of 10 girls, you feel that there's some deficiency within you. Because of this, you're not getting the success. Meaning if you sit in the midst of 100 people, everybody is having good vibrations, but you're saying, I'm not feeling them. And if you say that you're not feeling them, then somewhere the success is missing within you. So the need is that you should practice regularly and practice in collectivity. And second, make an effort every half an hour. Listen to a discourse for half an hour and then only leave the house, because you do not have the spiritual state to meditate alone. When you listen to a cassette, a recording of a discourse, when hundreds of thousands of people are meditating, you will also go into meditation along with them. Make regular efforts. You have my blessings. Everything will happen. My deepest salutations at the holy feet of Gurudev and Guruma. I'm from Nepal. For the last 8 months, I have been connected to the Samarpan family. Gurudev, my first question is this. Many times, we want to get the awareness of a subtle body and a causal body, meaning how can we get the feeling of a subtle body and a causal body? And the second question is that we all need to leave our past in order to make spiritual progress, meaning we need to forget our past. But the past has experiences of both good and bad types. So should we sacrifice all of our experiences? My salutations at the holy feet of Gurudev and Guruma. I'm from Nepal. And for the last 8 months, I have been connected with the Samarpan family. Gurudev, my first question is this. How can we obtain the spiritual experience and information about a subtle body and a causal body? Meaning, how can we get the feeling of a subtle body and a causal body? And the second question is this. For our spiritual progress, all of us need to leave our past behind. We should forget it. But in our past, we have both good and bad experiences. Is it necessary to sacrifice all of our experiences, or do we only need to surrender our bad experiences? The necessity is that you need to meditate regularly. The necessity is that you need to meditate in collectivity. In your progress, your aura, before we obtain the realization of this, others will obtain the information about this. You can never have information about your own aura, about your own spiritual state. You will get the information when others get this information, meaning that when those people who do not like to speak to you, who do not even like you, when such people start to come near you and sit down, nothing. I had come nearby and I thought I would meet you and go. Meaning, this is happening because of your aura. This is happening because of your progress. Meaning, their conflict was with your physical body, not with your soul. As soon as your soul progressed, then they feel good sitting in the proximity of your soul. You see for yourself, as you keep making spiritual progress, just like that, a change will come within you also. meaning you will get to know this from outside. You will not get to know just by yourself. For example, many Jain monks tell me their experience. Swamiji, first on the month of Chatur, when we used to give a discourse, nothing. 2 or 4 old people in the village used to come and sit for a discourse. Other than that, not many people used to come. But as soon as we started meditating, then nowadays the whole village comes to listen to our discourse. Meaning, how did they get this experience? They got to know by the number of people coming and listening to them. So whatever progress happens, whatever spiritual progress happens, you don't get to know yourself. You get to know through others. Others get to know. Why do they feel good? Because Chaitanya, energy, divine consciousness started to flow in their discourse. So because of this divine consciousness, people started to be attracted. So you will not get to know about your own aura. You will get to know through others. So let me tell you my own experience. For example, I was giving a program in Nagpur. And when I was giving a program, my shadow could be seen on the wall behind me, but even then, a round aura could be seen around me, just like that of the moon. And then again and again, people were having the doubt, is this the aura? Is this the shadow? Is this the aura? Is this the shadow? But in fact, they could see the shadow to be separate on the wall. I did not get to know, but the people who came there, they could see that something different can be seen. So that is to say, our own aura, we can never see it ourselves. It will be seen by others. So when we get to know about any of this, we will get to know because of others. And the thing which you said about your past, in reality, there's so many people who remember their good days of the past. Are there so many good? No. Actually, regularly, people remember their bad days. It is the quality of humans that he usually remembers the bad incidents, the bad people. So to forget the past means what? It means to forget those incidents, those people, because of remembering whom we suffer from difficulties. So always remain in the present. If you remember in the present, then slowly, the incidents of the past will come to an end. And if you see this in reality, then staying in present itself is meditation. It is dhyan. Dhyan, meditation, is not something different. It is very simple. Staying in the present itself is meditation. So as we stay in the present, even those things that we do not like, those people, those incidents will be left behind. But those good things, the good experiences, you can remember them definitely. And in fact, you should write them down in a diary and remember them. So you came to the discourse today. So if you remembered something good today, write them down in a diary. So as soon as you read those things, you will see that automatically your chitta, it will go in a good spiritual state, on a good thought, on a good state. So in your life, at any time, whenever you receive any good thing, always collect it, always write it down, and then read it again and again. So what will happen by reading it again and again? We will obtain a new enthusiasm, a new energy, a new positivity. Nothing else. My salutations at the holy feet of Gurudev. My question to you is that during meditation, when we obtain a good spiritual state, our body becomes very sensitive and it starts to receive vibrations. During this time, negative vibrations and negative waves, how should we remain safe from these? Please show us the path. My salutations at the holy feet of Gurudev. Gurudev, my question to you is that during meditation, when we obtain a good spiritual state, our physical body becomes very sensitive and we feel energy waves and vibrations. During this time, how do we stay safe from negative vibrations and negative waves? Please show us the path ahead on this. In reality, if our spiritual state becomes good, if we start to feel good energy, we start to feel good vibrations, the negative energy will never come near us itself. The way in which we avoid negative people, in the same way, negative people also avoid positive people. They also do not want that whoever has a small face, he doesn't want to see his own face. These bad people also, they also do not want to see their own face. Many times, many people, within their lifetime, when they take their last breaths, then during the time of their last breaths, just like a cinema, their whole past goes on from their childhood slowly. And as many bad things as they have done, they start to see all of those bad things. And the time at which they perform the bad act, they would have thought that nobody has seen it. But in reality, the Paramatma inside had definitely seen it. So automatically what happens? It automatically shows them everything. You had done this, you had done this also, you had done this also. And they themselves do not want to see these bad things. They do not want to see these wrong acts. And they say that, Swamiji, please grant us that. I do not even want to see that I have done so many bad things. That is why. All of these bad incidents of the past, bad people of the past, they remain within our life. But if you remain positive, then what will happen? Bad incidents, bad people, they will not come near you itself. For example, let me tell you one incident. During the time of my spiritual practice, I used to stay in a village. In that village, in the evening times when I used to go, at that time, there was somebody called Ramu Peel who used to walk near me. He was walking near me, and so I gave a sound to him, Ramu. And then he ran away from me. He went further away from me. And again, I gave a sound to him, Ramu. Again, he went even further away. Again, a third time, I gave a sound to him, Ramu. And then again, he went even further away. Then in my mind, I thought, he is Ramu, right? But why is he running away from me? Later, I thought maybe he's not in a mood to speak to me. So I just went to the village. And in the morning, when I met this Ramu, I asked him, I was calling out to you again and again, but why did you keep running away? He said, Swamiji, how could I show my face to you? I had drank liquor yesterday. So meaning those bad people, they will not even come near you. They will never come. Why? Because you are so illuminated. You're so pure. They do not want to see their face. So that is why never have these thoughts that negative thoughts will come. You have received the protection when you meditate. Then a wall, a protection of the Guru energies is present around you. So no negative thing will come near you. You just need to keep faith. Here, only your faith is lacking. The Guru element is giving you the protection so that the droplets from the bad canal do not fall on you. But the Guru element does not protect you from putting your nose inside the dirty canal. So if you put your chitta in the negative things, then you will feel it. But if you do not put your chitta in it, you will not feel any negative things. And I can give you the complete assurance of this. My deep salutations to Guru Dev and Guru Ma. My name is Amita and I'm from the Surat Center. My question is that there is that child whom you have given a name, and there is another child whom you have not given a name. Then what is the difference between the two of them and the one to whom you have given a name? And what influence of you falls on this child? My deep salutations to Guru Dev and Guru Na. My name is Amita and I'm from the Surat Center. Swamiji, my question to you is this. Swamiji, one child is that to whom you have given a name, and the second child is that to whom you have not given a name. So what is the difference between the two of them? And the one to whom you have given a name, what influence of yours falls on him? Jai Baba Swami. First of all, know this. That the children to whom I have given a name, that child is so fortunate that as soon as he was born, he obtained the sight of the Guru, he obtained the protection of the Guru. And second, there is not so much importance to the name given by a Guru. Do not pay attention to the words. Whatever name was given, there's no importance to that either. It could be anything. Because it is not with a lot of thought or planning. At the time with which the application comes, after it comes in, then what comes from above, that name is given, meaning in that there is no feeling of doership. So automatically, what is there? After giving the name, there's only one objective. In his life also, there should be no feeling of doership. So what happens when there's no feeling of doership? Automatically, the physical consciousness will be less. So automatically, the soul consciousness will improve. So then what happens when soul consciousness increases? There'll be spiritual progress. So everything is linked. So this is the change. And now, very good children are coming down onto planet Earth. They're coming down. And slowly, slowly, the future of India is very bright. And now, one last question. Jai Baba Swami, my deepest salutations at the holy feet of Gurudev and Guru Ma. I am Krishna from Bhavnagar. My question is this: that we are parts of Paramatma. Then how did we get separated from Paramatma? Jai Baba Swami. Jai Baba Swami, my deepest salutations at the holy feet of Gurudev and Guru Ma. I am Krishna speaking from Bhavnagar. My question is this: that we are parts of Paramatma. Then how did we get separated from Paramatma? In reality, we are not separated. Because your physical consciousness has increased, you feel that you have become different, you have become separated. You have not become separated. Just as I gave the example, as pure and holy as is the water of the river Ganga, that much the water in the vessel and the bottle is just as pure and holy. It is just the same for Paramatma. Paramatma cannot be separated into pieces. Paramatma cannot be split into parts. Paramatma is unified, it's one. So the Paramatma which you're thinking about, that Paramatma is within you itself. So what is outside, that is inside. But the one inside is within you. So feel it. When the physical consciousness in you is excessive, then the soul consciousness will be less. And what will happen when the soul consciousness is less? You will not feel the Paramatma within you. First of all, see for yourself that there are people who do not have even the feeling of the soul. They come, they live their life, and they go. They do not ever feel that they have a soul within their body. When does one have this realization? When in our life, some living guru comes, and after the entrance of a living guru, he makes us introversive. When we become introversive, then we are able to feel. We're able to feel the experience, the spiritual experience of the soul. It happened to me as well. When my guru gave me the experience of the soul, then that spiritual experience of the soul changed my complete life. Why did it change? Because this kind of experience I had never had in my life, ever. I had never had such an experience in my life that all the thoughts come to an end completely. And second, he was not Paramatma. He was not Parameshwar. He was an ordinary human just like me with 2 hands and 2 legs. But I accepted him as Paramatma. I believed in him to be Paramatma. Why? Because after meeting him, my search for Paramatma came to an end. So such a Paramatma is within us itself, but keep your faith in this. If our physical consciousness is extremely high, then we will think that we are a part of Paramatma. Today, let me clarify this. We are not part of Paramatma. We are Paramatma in reality. In all of you, Paramatma is present. What is my role in this? My role is that of a sculptor. Just as there's a stone lying around. And the stone is lying around, and it looks to us it's an ordinary stone lying on the road. But if a sculptor goes, he sees Lord Krishna within that stone. We do not see it, but he sees it. So what does he do? That sculptor, by carving it, all of the waste stone that is there apart from Lord Krishna, he removes all of it. So from within that stone, the idol of Lord Krishna appears. So did he just do a foo and put Lord Krishna inside it? No. Lord Krishna was hiding inside of it. But all of the excessive stone that was there apart from Lord Krishna, he removed it. And as soon as he removed it, Lord Krishna appeared. So Paramatma is in all of you, but apart from Paramatma, there are many addictions, there are many habits, there are many values, there are many desires of the physical body, there are many imaginations, expectations of the physical body. All of these are joined to you every day by removing and chiseling them away. By removing and chiseling them away, they become less and less and less. And as they become less, then Paramatma appears from within you. So it is not as if there is less of Paramatma within someone or more in somebody. It is there in everyone. But you need to have the belief that Paramatma is definitely there within me. So the first thing that will happen is that you will not be dependent on anyone. And second, you will not go anywhere to search for Paramatma. You will go to tour the 4 dhams, the 4 holy pilgrimage sites, but you will not go there to search for Paramatma. So what will happen? Our chitta, which was being spent in searching for Paramatma for years and years on end, that will be saved and we will become introversive. And the more we become introversive, the more chitta will remain inside. And the more chitta remains inside, our chitta will become strong. You'll become robust. See, I have no search for Paramatma outside. My search for Paramatma outside has come to an end. I have become introversive. Why? Because I have had the knowledge that Paramatma is within me. And the earlier you have this knowledge, the better it is. See, it happened. In my journey to Nagpur, it happened. A man started crying. He said that for 20 years I was searching for Paramatma outside. Have I ruined 20 years of my life? I said, no, you have not ruined it. Whenever you wake up, then it is dawn. So now you have realized Paramatma is within. So start your inner search. So meaning the earlier in your life that you can realize that Paramatma is within, that much more of a progress you will make. And second, from 19 December to 26 December, there is a Mahashibir which is being organized in Nagpur. And all of you should make your arrangements to live there, because at that time, the parliament session is also going on there. And because of that, hotel and lodge bookings there will be extremely full. So the earlier you can make these bookings, the better it will be there for you. And there's also a center that is being prepared where if you do your booking, they will help you with it. They've also prepared a list of hotels. We have a 5-year plan for having Mahashibris. It happened in 2013, 2018, and now it's happening in 2023. There's a place called Reshambagh. It is very big. 2 or 3 lakh people can fit into this, so it is being organized in this field. And second, this is an opportunity. And just as we inaugurate a tree, we plant a tree, we just plant it once and then we go away, then the chances of that tree growing are very small. But if you look after it for a few days, the chances of it growing are a lot higher. So if you do a 8-day Shibir, any video Shibir, even if you do a video Shibir, then you're joined from there. So the 8-day Shibir, which is there's a lot of probability of new people being joined into that. So join your own people into that. A lot of new people can join. And from today, in South Africa, the inauguration of the Guru Shakti Dham has happened. There's a place called Johannesburg. There, within the city itself, they have started this. So within the African continent, this is the first Guru Shakti Dham which has started. And second, now questions are also being submitted for Guru Purnima. So you can send your questions so that the answers will be given during Guru Purnima. And our effort is that we select questions from different topics. We do not keep selecting questions on the same topic. Many times I'm not able to go into meditation. Such kind of questions keep coming. So if you're not able to go into meditation, there's only one answer. Go to and meditate in collectivity. Go and meditate at the center. So now we have come to the end of the program here. Now we have come to the end of the program here. Jai Baba Swami.